Hello and welcome back to the Sausage Keb podcast on YouTube. And today we're going to speak about the qualification format for the 2023 British Touring Car season because it's changed. The top 10 shootout is back. Now, for those of you who don't know what the top 10 shootout is, well, we're going to explain in this video, but it has actually been used 2020 and 2021, I think, maybe one or two locations on each season. It wasn't used in 2022 actually, and this was probably because the hybrids were coming in. The hybrid obviously added a slightly different balance of performance. They probably weren't sure how that would look in qualification, etc. So it was left out for last season, but it's back, and I'm quite happy to see it because it does shake things up a bit. It does make everyone think a little bit differently, especially about going to the touring cars on a Saturday afternoon. Because it might be a little bit more of a spectacle. Mr. Turkington is our deputy, of course, and he is happy to tell us what these new rules will be. So, all the drivers will have 30 minutes allocated to them rather than the previous, 45? And they have to set their fastest laps, as if they were qualifying normally, but 30 minutes. The only thing that's different is, after this 30 minutes and after they've figured out who the quickest drivers are, from 1 to 29 or 1 to 30, there's a 5-minute break in which they probably start removing people who have used too much track limits and all the rest of it. They will get a top 10 set of drivers. Now, those top 10 set of drivers, after the little 5-minute break, I'm sure Tingram might be one of them a couple of times, those top 10 drivers then get 10 minutes for a pole position shootout, similar to Formula 1. And I was in favour of this in Formula 1 because you do get a less congested track, you get all the quickest drivers on that less congested track for 10 minutes of just madness. You're probably going to get less of the, well, first of all, in touring cars, you're always going to get the complaints about, well, I was on a good lap, but such and such came out the pits and that was that one gone. Or I was on a special lap and Jake Hill was warming up his tyres around the back end of the circuit. You're always going to get... Sorry, Jake, I wasn't actually pointing out that you'd ever done that before. You probably have. But they've all done it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is everybody's got their own agenda when it comes to qualification in the touring cars. And the track is congested. You've got 29, 30 cars plus sometimes, all trying to get their cars to the right place to put in the best lap they can. And I think the 10-minute shootout does give the opportunity for the top 10 drivers to get the best out of their cars. Personally, that's the only reason I kind of like it. I kind of like the anticipation and the chance that people will be trying to push into that top 10. Whether it works or not is yet to be seen fully because I don't think it's been tested over a period like it's going to be tested next season, which is great. So, like I just said there, where will it take place? Well, it's going to take place at 5 events this season, which is really interesting. And the 5 events are Donington National in April, Brands Hatch Indy in May, Oulton Park in June, Knockhill in August, and Silverstone in September. Now, these tracks, majority of the tracks on the British Touring Car calendar are quite tight, narrow tracks at times, and passing someone easily, even in a qualification situation, can be quite tricky. So, especially at Knockhill, Oulton Park quite narrow, Brands Hatch quite a short track, Donington National, it has got sweeping different changes in corners and undulations. Silverstone National, it's got quite a lot of width to the track, but it is a short lap again. So I'm wondering if these were chosen on purpose because there's no Snetterton there, quite a long lap. And Thruxton, quite a fast long lap again. So what do you guys and girls think of the tracks they're using? Do you enjoy the thought of the shootout? Do you think it's something which would make you turn up to a Saturday rather than not? So a lot of people don't bother about the Saturdays. There's good racing on the Saturdays with the support series, and there's also the qualification. Is this more likely to make you turn up for that? Just thought I'd ask the question. As I mentioned at the start of the video, next video I think I'm going to make is on the hybrid system and the ratification of the rules, which has changed for 2023. If you can like, follow, share, all of that good stuff for us, that would really, really help us get out to more people, more British touring car fans, and just let us know your thoughts in the comments. I'll always reply to the comments. If you make your comments on Facebook or TikTok or any of that good stuff, I'll probably still mention them in the next video on here anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers!